Back to the drawing board. That's what a federal court told the group responsible for redrawing Michigan's electoral maps in 2021. Now, this comes after the court found some of the maps were not legal.
13 on your side, Josh Albertus joins us now on what this all could mean.
Well, it's really a race against time to get some of this redistricting done before a lot of critical deadlines later this year. Voters in this lawsuit that they brought against that commission that drew these lines said that some of them did not give enough representation to black voters in these areas, and the federal court agreed with them. It was not compliant with the U.S. Constitution. If you look at some of these House districts, this is the Detroit area, Metro Detroit, Upper Wayne County. You have House districts 1, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 14. All of those, the court said, they're out. They need to be redone. You also have 6 Senate districts in this area that also need to be redone, according to the court. Now, all of these House districts that are going to be redone, all held by Democrats. All of the 6 Senate districts held by Democrats. So when you think about this redrawing, there's going to be, whether you're state Democrats or Republicans, there is no room for error here. You have an even split in the House right now, 54 Democrats, 54 Republicans, 2 open seats. They don't have anyone in them right now, but they are considered heavily Democratic. Let's say those 2 do go for the Democrats later this year in April. Even in that best case scenario for Democrats, you would still need to hold on to every single one of these districts that is going to be redrawn in order to keep your majority. If you're Republicans, you would only need to pick up a single one of these districts in order to get a tie in the House, in order to disrupt Democratic control, and you would only need 2 in order to get your own majority. Now, this whole map is like one big jigsaw puzzle, if you will, if you can see there. So if they are redrawn, it's a very good chance that some of these in the surrounding areas as well are going to have their boundaries, their borders redone as well. So one expert that we spoke to today said that depending on how these lines are drawn, it likely could affect who is in power in Lansing next year.
So it is a critical decision. These lines are critical, how they're redrawn. If they are redrawn more compactly and more square and less long shaped like they are, you could imagine a Republican gain in the state House and a Republican gain in the state Senate. And given how close the state legislature is, yeah, you could imagine that the control of the state legislature would depend on these lines.
Now, at their latest meeting last Thursday, that commission that drew these maps did not vote on a final plan of action here after that meeting came back from closed session without enough commissioners present to take a vote. Now, a court hearing is scheduled for later this month. The court will decide whether or not they're going to hear these different arguments, what's going to happen, whether the commission will redraw those lines or whether they'll be forced to call in what is called a special master to do it for them.